Yeah,
Sweet.
sounds good. Well, welcome to the stream, Krunal. You
Hey,
are
perfect.
you are the final guest. You're closing us out today. It's been I've been in this seat for 4.5 hours so far, and it's been quite
Oh,
an
a lovely
adventure.
day like this.
I don't know. It's pretty nice out here too. If you're watching the stream, it's blue sky and gorgeous blue water.
Yeah, I'm gonna find a link now to hop onto that stream as well.
Great, great.
Where's that Twitch link? I just saw it. There it is. All right.
So at this point, we're something like 15 miles off the carrier group to its north, and I'm going to come in and do another Case 1 landing, and we're just going to chat about stuff.
Sweet.
And no, I think I can do two things at once. I can walk and chew bubble gum, right?
Yeah. Oh, hey, there we go. I see you right now. So this is the F-14B, yeah?
That is correct. So this has got the more advanced engine, not the temperamental and finicky TF-30.
Aha. Yeah, the F-110, right?
I believe that is correct. Which is it a GE engine?
That is a GE engine, yep.
Oh, very good. Now I will say, through 5 hours of flight today, I had only one.
in the Strike Eagle.
I had only one compressor stall that wasn't caused by being riddled full of bullets.
Uh-huh.
I was not able to get that figured out, though. It was a left engine stall, and I wasn't able to get it back online. Tried to do a Case 1 emergency recovery with just the right engine, made it to the downwind, and got into a spin. Must have caught a bad crosswind and took a bath. So it was a little rough, but other than that, I've got no complaints about the 110. It's a great engine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now tell us about.
Where do you see
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, so how do you see how many people are watching the stream?
Should be a red icon just below the stream itself. It's a little people icon. Yeah. How many do we have?
Cool. We're at 16, probably including myself.
Okay, I think we were up to the 60s or 70s there early in the day when the Reapers were flying with us at the beginning of the day. So
Nice.
It's gone down a bit, but it was great to see. We got some donations. I think we're at 3,350, so that is pretty cool.
Nice.
So I think the folks will just love to hear about you a little bit, who you are, what you do. Introduce yourself for us.
Yeah, sure. So, my name is Krunal D. I'm on the Future Leaders flight team with Charles at the Museum of Flight. I'm an electrical and computer engineer by training. Currently working as an engineering consultant. Past life included working in aerospace, most recently on small spacecraft, and then before that in automotive and industrial areas. Been a giant plane nerd my entire life, especially naval aviation. So this is a lot of fun to be a part of.
This is right up your street, then.
Yeah, real clever idea too, Charles. I love it.
Oh, fantastic. Well, as I was telling Chelsea in the segment before, I think we want more of these. That is my intention. Now, you said you've been working on some interesting stuff. Is there anything you can tell us, or do you work on secret squirrel kind of stuff?
Nah, not secret squirrel in the cool way. Mostly secret squirrel in the non-disclosure agreement type of way. But not strictly related to aerospace. One of the things we're working on right now is in clean technologies, and actually kind of revisiting fuel cells. So kind of helping reduce greenhouse gas emissions by converting really big diesel-powered stuff to run off of fuel cells, which fuel cells have been around since the Apollo program, actually. So for spaceflight applications, you have easy access to liquid oxygen and hydrogen. And they're clean, completely closed loop, and they provide a really good way of generating electricity in space. But they never really caught on Earth. So,
what was the sticking point for fuel cells on Earth? Is there a physical limitation?
So my theory is just that dino juice, aka hydrocarbons, aka petroleum, is just so easy for us to use as a civilization that we weren't really forced to innovate early on. And so when you think about the infrastructure we have driving around and getting gasoline and such, hydrogen presents a lot more challenges, namely that it's a gas, and you remember this thing called Hindenburg, and also you have to keep it stored at extremely high pressure. So there's a time and a place for it. There's some hydrogen-powered buses running around the world, like in London, and they've got competition from battery electrics, like of course Teslas. But mostly it's just that dyno juice is just so easy to use, and it's actually relatively safe. You don't worry about your car spontaneously going kaboom in a parking lot.
But there are examples of fuel cell driven technologies here on Earth, though. I mean, some groups are adopting them.
Yeah, and they make so actually this was a recent discovery on my end. It was kind of cool thing is all the cell phone towers we have around.
Yes, indeed.
They normally have diesel backup generators, but people love stealing stuff, and diesel generators can be very valuable. They've actually switched to using fuel cells as a backup power source.
Oh, really?
So they just store. They actually store it in what's called like a liquid reformate form. So it's like in this intermediate chemical stage. Then you have to run through something else, and then you get hydrogen out of it. But yeah, it's backup power. And then of course like some buses as well. So if you have a thing where you have a fleet or a bus, hey, call the ball.
Oh no, that's a wave off.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way.
Is that a specific carrier, or is it just a generic Nimitz?
That is the John C. Stennis.
Excellent.
As I understand it, the folks who put out the
He's a senator, right?
Was he? He might have been. Yeah. Now the folks that that made the F-14, I believe they are trying to come out with a Forestal class, the Forestal carrier, and hopefully that'll include a simulation of deckside personnel, which would be very exciting.
That's probably the oldest carrier the Tomcat served on, right?
Well, you could also say the most storied. There's a legacy there, yeah, for Top Gun fans and all that. But I'm excited to see it, and I think as I told you in another thread, the F-14A is actually also coming to DCS World. The team that made the F-14B is working on the A, and they're going to release it right alongside when it's ready. So we will get to try out that very special TF-30 engine.
And so are these both from, is it from Eagle Dynamics themselves, right?
It's actually from a company called Heat Blur, and they also made the AJS-37 Viggen, the kind of the flying IBM computer, Swedish, I think, strike fighter.
Yep.
And they are doing amazing work. Just their dedication to quality has been incredible, and so this has just been a joy to fly this thing.
Yeah, your cockpit isn't entirely steam gauges, so.
No, it's true. This is, as I understand it, it's considered an early Gen 4 fighter, like really early, but still Gen 4.
Yeah, one of the very first large-scale integrated circuits was in the F-14.
Oh, really? Was it like in the weapons control system, like the radar, or what?
The Central Air Data Computer. Digital Center.
Yes, the CADC, which allows essentially not fully automated digital control, not FADEC, but partial digital control of the fuel and engine parameters in order to maintain flight parameters, which is just super cool.
Yeah, it's almost one of the very first MOS, so CMOS, like metal oxide semiconductor-based chipsets. It's one of the first that was actually integrated all onto one chip, and it was classified for quite a while until the Navy decided to release it, of course. Which by that point it was an artifact. But it's interesting in that it's not only was it one of the first in the world, but it was also deployed on a frontline operational fighter. So a lot of harsh conditions, harsh environments. A lot of firsts in the Tomcat.
Yeah, it was a proving ground. I mean, this was part of the whole. I think it was the whole tactical fighter experiment program, and the F-111 Aardvark, I think, is that right? Took a bunch of cues from this as well. So there was just a whole design era of this fighter in various configurations. Some successful, some not, but really building a legacy. And so it's just so much fun to go back and play with these systems. And I don't know nearly as much about these systems as you do. When I think of the CADC, it's basically just that I see the yellow caution light, I'm screwed. The CADC is gone. It's just I'm back to flying a biplane.
Yeah, if I remember correctly on this one, it's that's what would also control your sweep angle or your wings.
I believe that's true. Also, this is incredibly fast. I'm coming in. This will not work.
Ooh. This may not end well for you.
No, I'm good. Bolter, bolter. Okay, attempt number 3. Now, I am fascinated by your very specific and very, if I may say, nerdy knowledge of some of these firsts, these systems. It's just incredible. Do I remember you did have a sort of a trivia or Nerd Nite type of thing that you worked on?
Oh yeah, that's actually a really good point. Yeah, that's something we're working on bringing back. Yeah, Nerd Nite Seattle is currently on hiatus, but basically it's like the Discovery Channel with beer. So once a month at a bar, we have 2 speakers come in on 2 various nerdy topics and just drop some knowledge while you drink and listen. That's really all there is to it.
That pitch was great. Discovery Channel with beer. Is that what you said? God,
Discovery Channel with beer.
God, that was great. I hope you patent that.
But like the 90s Discovery Channel, not what's happened to... Well, no, that was TLC that went down.
Say, whoa, you don't like the Curse of Oak Island? Aw, man.
Or, wasn't Honey Boo Boo on TLC?
I think so.
Oh, dear.
Well, we have to get with the future if that's what it is. I have really enjoyed the History Channel's Forged in Fire series, so I know they've got some stuff that I like. But you gotta kind of get what you can get out of TV these days.
Well, you know what's been a wealth of knowledge now is stuff like this, and also YouTube videos. I've learned so much. I used to just only use it to watch funny animal links my friends would send me, but now I subscribe to these channels, and I mean, there's a channel for everything you want to learn.
Oh, absolutely. Well, hey, I mean, how do you think I learned all these maneuvers in the Tomcat? It's YouTube videos all the way down.
I just figured you'd watch Top Gun over and over again until you got it.
Well, yes, and I watched a bunch of YouTube videos. All right, so
I wonder. I'm morbidly curious for Top Gun 2.
I am too, but it just breaks my heart that it's not a Tomcat. I get that it's not fielded anymore, but the Hornet is such a different aircraft. Now they were smart, and I think they're doing the Super Hornet, which is a 2-seater, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But
I thought I saw someone leaked production pictures of it because I think they were filming down in San Diego. There was a Tomcat on the deck, so they had craned a non-flying one on there, but sadly, definitely won't have any flying scenes of them filmed. So
no, the Tomcats era has come and gone. I mean, for the U.S. anyway, I believe does Iran still use the Tomcat?
Yeah, Iran still flies them, and that's part of the reason that the Navy has been really, really. I don't know if anal's right word, but they've been very, very diligent in hunting down all the spare parts they haven't made for the Tomcat, destroying them so they can't be exported to Iran, which is sad, but that's why they're doing it. So.
Well, I wonder if it's made things a little bit difficult, in terms of modeling this digitally. I think there are classification concerns and secrecy concerns with a lot of this information, even if it is old. And I know that companies that make these simulations have to contend with that kind of thing, and it's an interesting place where art meets policy.
Yep.
I almost think that there's somebody down there.
Down where?
No, I guess not.
So one thing I've been curious about, Charles, though, is
Bolter.
What's the graphics requirements?
Bolter, don't worry, you got this.
Well, I'm running a 3-screen setup, so it's actually a single 5760 by 10 by 1080 surface, so it's pretty intense. I run a GTX 1070 card, so it's not the newest RTX card.
Oh.
It's one
Yeah,
generation
I've
behind
got a
it.
1080. Okay.
And a 1080 just would eat this up. It's not even a problem. These sims tend to be CPU intensive though, so there's that. And then the last thing you're going to want is, and this is so interesting, since these airplanes fly so damn fast, you're going to cover a lot of ground in a very short amount of time, which means the amount of loading that it has to do means that you probably need a solid state hard drive, which is what I have this on. If you use just copper plate hard drives, your seek times to actually get the terrain data won't keep up with how fast you're flying over it.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you'll get these little micro stutters, and I figured that out with the help of the community way back when I started this, moved the whole game to a solid state, and it's just been smooth as butter ever since. I mean, these frame rates are great.
I'm trying to look it up. I'm remembering this vague bit of trivia. You said they did a JAS 37 Viggen?
HAS 37 Viggen. They did the Viggen, I believe.
The Viggen, okay. I think the Viggen had this really interesting digital terrain mapping system, essentially, for like navigation.
Yeah, that's right. It certainly had an air-to-ground mapping radar.
Mm-hmm. Because when you think about it, when the Tomcat was introduced, there was no GPS. Like Navstar was still, classified or still in the very, very early stages.
Yeah, that's right. So you would do INS navigation with your aircraft, and then friendly units would have a TACAN signal, and you could home in on the TACAN, which I assume it's similar to the civilian LORAN system. But
I think they're related. Yeah.
I think, but I don't know all that much, so I could be just guessing.
Yeah, educated guessing.
That's right. All right, so I got the rat out warning 500 coming around the back of the carrier, and we do have someone that is taking off. So we got a buddy here, and I'm not on the radio channel. Let him know. No, I see him popping off to the left, so I think we got a green deck. I'm gonna come in and try to plant this thing. Not a good angle, a little low, not on center line, so this one's gonna be close.
And this is modeling your fuel as well, right?
It is, which I just looked at. 4.7 is the fuel state, so I got a few go-rounds if I need it. But at some point, it'll be trick or treat.
Mm-hmm. Go.
Feels like a 2-wire.
Just a bit low for the 3-wire as a 2.
Yep, 2-wire. Thank you, Jester.
Yeah, it's yeah, I was going to say, the introduction of really fast jet aircraft almost certainly sped up the adoption of angled decks on aircraft carriers.
Oh yeah, that's true. Man.
Can you imagine if there was a deck of parked airplanes in front of you?
Sadly, I've seen it. And right now I'm contributing to it because I can't get off the damn wires. And I know he's coming around. I know he is. There we go.
Going at you.
Now let's watch him come in. There we go. All right, there, everything's done there. Speed brakes in, flaps are up, wings are folded. Now we can just sit and relax for a second. Yeah, you can see him in the distance, can't you, Krunal?
So what did some folks talk about earlier?
Well, we had Paige on to ask me a couple of questions about simulator flying. Alec Lindsay came on to talk about his experience in WAS and what it is to be his journey into being a pilot with Compass Airlines. Tommy Gantz talked about her experience with Reno Air Races, kind of the magic of being there and being a pylon judge, which sounds incredible. We had Chelsea to come on and talk about all these educational programs that the museum has to offer. And now there's you helping kind of close us out, geeking out about these systems, which I absolutely love. Oh yeah, well, you bet. Well, it's great. Yeah, okay. Here comes our buddy. Do you see him? He's just above my 2.7 on my HUD there. He's just he's a dot, but he's coming in. So let's watch him. Can you hear him?
No, not yet. Well, actually, I have sound off on the stream. It just got.
Yeah, probably a good idea. You're gonna get a really weird echo if you turn it on. Well.
Yeah, really neat feedback loop.
Yeah, it's just like the old 7-second delay for radio, right? We're doing the old call-in model.
Well, you want to talk about light speed delay? You can talk about Earth observers. It's 7 minutes each way.
Oh man. Okay, here he comes. Let's see, we can criticize his landing. I think it actually looks pretty good. He's good for lineup. Might be a little low. Yeah, one wire. Man, what a landing! God, I never get tired of that.
That's pretty sweet.
Wasn't that something? Whew. Here, I'm just gonna nudge out of his way a little bit here. So, tell me about this Nerd Night. You're working on bringing it back, but have you got a date set?
Yeah, so we're normally on the third Tuesday of every month, and we like to do a cadence like that, where it's just same relative position in the month. We're just really looking for people to help out, jump on board. So it's just 2 of us running it, and we had a good 3-year run, and then decided to take a break because putting on an event every month can be kind of tough. So getting more people on board to help out and I just got to find a new venue for it as well.
Well, hey, if anybody wanted to chat with you more about it or see how they can help out, how would you recommend they do that?
That is an excellent point. So I think our Facebook page is probably the easiest place to reach out. Just search for Nerd Nite Seattle and send us a message.
Look for Nerd Nite Seattle and send you a message. All right. Now, for the folks in the stream, I'm actually going to open my cockpit up, my canopy up again, so we can hear this amazing takeoff. We're going to hear this this F-14 and the sound of freedom. He better remember to link up to the catapult. Oh, he's going around.
I take it you've done that before, forgot to link up and just rolled right off the front?
That happened this morning.
Oh, okay.
I honestly, it's not something I've ever done before, but you know, the gremlins come out when you do it live. I'm telling you.
Well, there's an incredible number of people involved in the real life operations to set the weights on the setting to the catapult based on the aircraft, the type and the loadout. You know, it's like this 19-year-old kid who's responsible for doing stuff correctly to protect multi-million-dollar aircraft and multi-million-dollars worth of training cost flight crew and maintain safety. So those guys daily across all the carriers every day.
It's an incredible operation. I know they've got the weight board, so they write it down on a slate and they hold it up and people have to cross check it, all that. All right, so he's going to line it up again. No pressure. Nobody's watching. It's not like it's on a live stream or anything. Oh, I think he rolled right over top of it again. Oh man, that's rough. It's not like I've ever done anything embarrassing on this game at all. Whoa! Whoa, I think he's... Oh, watch those wings!
He's gonna say hi to you.
I think he's gonna give me a haircut. Well, Krunal, it's been awesome having you on, and it's been so cool to close out the stream with you with some geeky facts and just some fun with Navy planes.
Yeah, no, but the time went by fast. Thanks for having me on. I'm sorry we couldn't hop on earlier, but yeah, this is an amazing idea, Charles.
I'm really excited that it got so much traction and so much excitement. I swear to God, he's going to take off with no catapult. He's gonna take off with no catapult!
Let's see if it works. Full burner.
Oh, he's doing it!
There he goes.
Oh no. Oh jeez.
That was pretty awesome.
Okay, I'm impressed. I will admit. I don't think it gets any more badass than that. That's probably a great place to close out the stream. Let's see what our final totals are at for the donations. Let me just pull that up. $3,390 for the Museum of Flight.
Awesome.
That's incredible. That's just, this is bigger and better than I could have ever hoped for. So from a kid with a crazy dream and just a great community around to help out, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Charles.
Where is he? I see him. Maverick! Alright, everybody. For those that are playing, I'm going to go ahead and leave the server open for a little while, but for all of us on the stream, thank you so much, and it's been great spending these 5 hours with you. I got to go take a shower. This is like unbelievable. Thank you, and we'll see you again next time. From Museum of Flight and all of us here at the Future Leaders team, good night!